Okay, this morning I'm going to do a quick video on how to break a drawing and then move, say, the top part of the drawing up a little bit to have a new size increment to my Corian risers that I designed a couple years ago. And what this is one of my customers, when he was here for training, I showed him real quick, but I think I just probably grabbed it and snatched it and moved it without moving it an incremental distance. So this is on how you move it in VCarve Pro. Let's get a look at it. Okay, so in VCarve Pro, this was an end plate that I had designed initially. I use these pop-up notes. This is going to be an overall lesson, I guess. These notes can pop up automatically when you open the drawing up. And what this is under Edit Notes, and you type in the notes, and that way when you open the drawing, you can show somebody else what they have to look for or check or whatever. Think of a shop where I may be doing the design work, but I may have somebody else pop open the drawing and toolpath it, or take the toolpaths that I've already determined and save them to the machine, and they're doing it separately from me, and I may not be there to talk to. So these pop-up notes are great. You just start the note section with a dot, a period in the first character space, and this will pop up automatically. You may wonder what these are. These are the toolpath starts and stops. So if I come over to the toolpath side and turn off toolpaths, they're gone. So I often write a lot of extra information around here so that if somebody else is looking at the drawing, they can see what they want to do. So in this case, we're going to work with this. This is one vector all the way around, and I want to take this and break it. I think what I did with Johnny, my customer, was I had done a line and broke it and things like that. None of that is necessary. So I'm going to work just from the finished setup. My 5 inches was measuring from here to here. So this is all one vector. I'm going to hit the right button and go to node mode, or I can hit N to go to node mode. I'm going to come in here, hit the right button, and cut the vector. And so now this has a different starting and end point. I'm going to come over to this side and hit I don't care where, and cut the vector again. So now this is two different vectors, the one that does the top of it, and then the one that comes from this endpoint to this endpoint. Okay? So now what I want to do is I'll move the bottom of it a certain amount back down. I'm in the design side, so I need to be working over here. So I would go to the move command, which is transform objects, and then this is move selected objects. It's just that one lower vector. Actually, if I wanted to do this right, I could do this as well, but I'm going to get out of node mode. So I'm just going to hit the right button and close node mode by hitting N. So I want to take this text and this and move it in the Y direction a -1 inch. So that drops it down, and then I'm going to go into node mode again. I can hit the right button and go to node mode, or once I have the vector selected, I can hit N, and I'm just going to take this and drag it up and drag it up, and then we would have to join those to make it one contiguous line. So if I select this line, this vector, and this vector, it's two different vectors, and after I have it work it out, it'll just be one, and that's what we want. Then I'm going to come in and edit the text. So that was 5 inches. I added an inch. Go to the text, and I'll change it to 6 inches. And there is my new size. I'll take this one, all of it, and delete it. I don't need this box either. I was probably showing another customer things. So I'll take this one, I'm going to nudge it up with the arrow keys, and that'll fit. And I'll take this, all of it, and do Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, and it pasted it right on top of it itself, and then I'm going to move it up. Now, I had designed this with an 1/8 inch bit, so that will work. It'll still pocket these out for the screw. There's a screw on my machine right here that this needs to be pocketed out a bit, and there we are. So then I would go to File, Save As, and give it a new file name, because rather than a 5 inch tall, it's now 6 inches tall. And save it and go back into the toolpathing and the rabbit for the pocket, and I'll just add that to the other pockets that I copied it, tell it OK, and calculate. And then I'll go to the next one, the text profile. That's for there and here and here, and calculate. And then the cutout itself. Click, click, and that is, sorry, I'm looking at what I've done here. Turn off. So the cutout itself, click, click. I don't know what I did. I may have turned it off by mistake. So there, now that's going to work. And calculate. And it's warning us that it's going to punch through. My core in is 0.47 or 0.48. If I haven't surfaced my spool board in a while and it may be standing a little proud, we're going to reset the preview, preview all, pocket, text, and there we go. Now, you'll probably want to add tabs to the profile cut, depending on how you're doing stuff, or you could be holding it down with CA glue and painter's tape. Again, how you machine this is all up to you, but this is a simple process. Set up a variety of these. I probably have 6 or 7 different sizes, and I initially planned the 5-inch one for a 1/4-inch spool board plus 3/4 material plus gap. That gave me roughly 5 inches. But I just have different sizes because sometimes my spool board, I'll throw something on top of some scrap, so I may be using a 3/4-inch spool board. Maybe not for the whole table, but just for what I'm working on top of, but I still don't want to roll on top of certain materials. So that's how you would do it. Save it as, EJS or my initials, end plate with a .125 cutter, 5-inch tall, change it to 6 inches tall, and then you have that. Do another one, and then keep playing with it. This was all set to work with sink cutouts that I grabbed from one of the local cabinet shops near me. I bring pizza a couple times a quarter to them around 10 o'clock and load up the back of the Tahoe with all the corian I feel like taking that day. They don't like to have it hauled away because they pay for their dumpsters based on weight. So it's a nice relationship to have, and it works very well. So that's how you do it. You break the lines, move it a certain specified distance, rejoin, stretch the endpoints back to each other. They're going to snap, and then rejoin the lines so it's a single vector for the perimeter cutout, and off you go. So there it is. Pretty quick, pretty simple, and it should help you in a lot of different aspects when you're taking a file and you're not necessarily stretching it a certain size, a percentage. You want it to just pull apart. There you go. If I can help you in any way, that's Eric Schiller with Yeti Tools Southeast, 205-871-6618. I do sales and training on site or in the shop here of the Yeti SmartBench, V-Carve Pro, Aspire, and I can help you in any way you need. Thanks. I'm just going to say it again. As we're coming out of COVID-19 and this pandemic thing, it's real important to work with customers and with vendors that are local to you. I've changed some of my purchasing habits because it's real important that the local guys that can actually give a service to you are able to. So I rely on that now, and I'm trying more and more not to order online just through Amazon and things like that because that's just an internet presence. It doesn't make them a local store or somebody that they may not even be local, but they're there to help you specifically for what you do. So if I can help you in any way, reach out. My customers typically, I do remote controls in and out of their machines so I can watch what they're doing for training and get them up and running. We have to schedule it because of all of my customers. I sell more SmartBenches than anyone else in the U.S. And I've got to schedule time with them. But it's good to be able to know what people do and work them through the learning curve because you need that. That's important when you buy a machine like this because it's the software that drives the beast. So let me help you in any way I can. Thanks.